Hello and welcome to Kump.
Hello.
Hello, Lucy.
Hi.
How are we today? It's our anniversary coming up.
Yeah.
It's tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's 1 year that we've been married in the eyes of the state, in the eyes of Benjamin Franklin and Ben Shapiro and all the Bens. Do you still feel the fire?
Is Ben Franklin
Jewish?
is that who wrote all the marital vows?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, he was banging everyone's wife, so he probably made a bunch of loopholes. He's like, if you look closely into what I said, if you read my vows backwards, it says Ben Franklin can bang you. He can have you whenever he wants.
He gets prima nocta.
Prima nocta, clean the cocta. That means in the rear. It's bad for the algorithm. What I just said. Who cares? It's bleak out there. I don't give a shit. We're taking it back.
Why are you feeling so bleak?
No, this is the algorithm. I'm fine. I'm a 1 year married man.
Yeah.
How can anything hurt me? I'm impervious to pain.
Are you worried about the future? Do you have anxiety about it?
Yeah, it is out there. I mean, you got these stories about unlocked guns. I can't say anything because YouTube will tell you, hey, don't talk about guns in the first 3 minutes or else we'll hurt your algorithm. Hey, guess what? We don't got an algorithm.
I guess we can start using the euphemisms, the TOS friendly euphemisms.
TRS? What does that mean?
TOS.
TOS? Terms of service?
Yeah.
Was it AOL? What's the TOS friendly for gun?
Pew pew. You're supposed to call them pew pews.
Oh god, they can't think of anything better than that. How about funds? Children's fun. Children's fun is unlocked. Sounds like something awful. Sounds like something the Catholic Church would do. Is that going to ding the algorithm? No, because YouTube doesn't believe in the family, the nuclear family. Right? Don't forget to like and subscribe, by the way. All right? Like, subscribe, give us your social security number. Not, is that illegal to ask?
I don't think it's illegal to ask.
Right, I can ask.
Yeah.
I can ask a man with dementia for a social security number. Does it make me a fraudster? Does it make me? You're gonna find some guy to make a YouTube video about me calling up the elderly, asking them for their information? Go ahead. I'm not some Indian guy you can bully. Like these fraudster catchers. You seen these guys who catch the fraudsters? But they all happen to be from India. What? No white men fraud the people? Hard to believe because I'm trying to get some social securities. You know what I mean?
Oh man, if a white person starts doing those, what are they called? What kind of scams are they?
I don't know. Just stealing numbers.
Are those phishing scams?
Phishing scams. Anyway, we're not focused on that. We're focused on liking and subscribing. Notification bell. All right, you activate that. I'm not sure how. I think you hit the settings. You hit the bell and then you go to settings and they say and turn on the bell for our show. So when our show comes out, you get the bell. When you're on the can, you get the bell. Right? You go to your privacy room where you unzip your pants. You slide them down. You take your underwear off, right? You sit down into a hole, and then you get a bell. You go, "What's this bell? I'm trying to have my privacy time. I'm trying to go number 2 in this bowl." If you catch my drift. And what happens? Oh, you get the bell, and you go, "Oh, well, I guess Ray and Lucy can entertain me while I take a big shit." Yeah,
Yeah. That makes it sound really good.
Yeah.
It's like
we're here with you. We're watching. We know.
we're like a rat in your toilet.
I wish there was like this could sync up. This technology could sync up with like smart homes, and it would only ring if you're in the toilet. I want that. That's the future I wanted to create. Why can't we do that? Don't forget we have a Patreon. Patreon.com/RayKump, RayKump, and you get all the good stuff there. And it's not that much money. It's like $5. You get an extra episode every week. It's pretty good. I love it. I love it. If it wasn't me, I'd pay for it. You know?
Yeah.
Some men don't want to pay for it. Don't be one of those men.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Nothing wrong with paying
There's
for it.
no shame in paying for it.
No, it's a woman telling you that.
It makes you a man.
See? Say, whisper that.
It makes you a real man.
Wow. See? They want more of that? And I mean, she doesn't do that. I mean, not only false advertise. I don't have her say
The guys
something.
who say that a real man doesn't pay for it, they're just upset that they didn't find the loophole first.
Yeah, it was cheap. It's pittance. You know how much I pay for steak dinners? Too much money. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's too much, frankly. Frankly, it's too much money. Anyway. So you can do the Patreon if you want. What's going on here? We got topics. We got unlocked guns.
Yeah.
What's this about? Tell me what it's about.
There was an article. Every once in a while, you see an article like this about how many children are making themselves headless with these pew-pews.
How many
A lot of kids apparently
are getting shot with guns?
Just get demolished by these pew-pews.
These guns? We're not going to do this. I'd rather no one. How am I supposed to be me? You know, I'm going to take this pew-pew and shove it in my mouth. All right? I'm going to shove this pew-pew down my throat and pull the trick until I can't feel anything in my throat anymore because there's nothing left. Because of the pew-pew holes.
Yeah, you're getting it now.
Right? I'm going to pull pew-pew on my dad. Now what?
I wonder if the TOS friendly language covers threats. Direct threats.
We'll just put it on Patreon.
You don't think this is good for the main feed?
Well, if they tell us, like, we're going to, have the FBI come to your house. And you're not going to be able to monetize this. We can't make 10 cents off the video now? Don't hurt us, please. I mean, the amount of money they dangle, like they try to get, these people are fishing for. I'm gonna sell my soul for 15 cents. What is this? Give me a fair market value for my soul, at least. So what we got here? We got
startling percentage of homes have unlocked, unloaded guns endangering kids.
Well, who's ratting? Who's telling you? How do they know?
Probably all the bodies of children.
All the journalists at USA Today are just admitting to it.
Yeah, or maybe they're the ones with the. Yeah. all we know is us journalists have been talking amongst ourselves, and we do not lock up our guns in a safe way.
We're too lazy. Look, there's an advertisement for a gun there on USA Today. Look at that. Wow. Sexy, right?
Yeah.
And do you like how the
That's
magazine
power.
slides into the pistol grip?
I do.
Yeah. Makes me feel like my ass is a pistol grip. Anyway.
This month, a 12-year-old playing with a firearm in a Brooklyn apartment, unintentionally shot.
Shout out to Brooklyn, huh?
Unintentionally shot and killed his cousin. How do we know it's unintentional?
Exactly. That's exactly what I was
Why
thinking.
do we assume he was playing?
Maybe his cousin's an asshole.
Yeah. 3 days later, a 5-year-old boy with a loaded handgun shot and killed himself. A 5-year-old.
Look, it's a big country. What do you want?
I love how they assume that the 12-year-old was just playing and it was an accident.
Yeah.
But the 5-year-old, they're like, no, he was done with life.
He shot and killed him. He had enough with, I don't know, Blue's Clues.
Yeah.
Is that relevant?
It just made him sick.
You know, these kids are always like, oh, when the Blue's Clues guy changed, I was like, oh my God. And I didn't watch it ever. I never watched that dumb show because I'm not a child. I wasn't a child when it came out. I have no respect for children who watch that crap. I used to watch good stuff like Fraggle Rock and the Lost City of Gold.
I watched Blue's Clues.
What?
Quite religiously.
What? What did it teach you?
I taped it. It was the first show I ever taped.
What? Hold on. Really?
It was the first show I ever cared to tape myself.
When did this come out? Like the day after I stopped being a child? I mean... Yeah,
it may have been slightly after your time, but for me, it caught me at the exact right age.
Wow, this is not great. I wish you'd have mentioned this before we got married.
I remember treasuring my Blue's Clues tapes.
Really? How
Yeah.
many episodes did you have saved?
A lot. I ended up taping a lot of them.
Did you watch them?
Yeah. I taped them so that I could watch them when I got home from school.
Because you were too old then.
Yeah. Well, what?
You were probably too old for it. They put that on. They put that on the air when you were at school because you were too old to be watching it.
No, that's
If
not
it was
true.
made for, if it was made for children your age, it would have been on after school, not during school.
No, it was a morning show.
No,
That's what I remember.
It was on because dumb children.
Or it was after school, but it was right on the line of when I got home.
You're such a liar.
And I didn't want to miss the beginning of Blue's Clues.
What happened in the beginning?
I mean, what doesn't happen in the beginning?
I've never seen this show.
Steve,
Don't sass me.
Steve has a lot of his best moments in the beginning of the show.
Who is Steve? What's his deal?
Steve is a friendly guy who has a nice dog named Blue.
So Blue is the dog.
And he's
what's he
just
do?
excited. He's just excited to be a guy.
He's excited to be a guy.
Yeah.
Did he just become a guy? Is this one of those trans shows?
He's just excited to be alive.
Did he used to be a girl?
He gets excited by the mail. He gets excited by, just singing a little
What
song.
mail? What mail?
The mail. He has a whole song about the mail.
Well, like
About
the
receiving
cock?
No, about receiving the mail.
Receiving the mail. Receiving, like getting fucked?
No, about
This
receiving
is for kids, I thought.
the post.
The post? Like like a big post in his ass? What are you talking about? Like a fence post? The post?
As in the post office, the mail that the post office brings you.
Letters. You
Yeah,
mean.
letters.
Okay.
But he has a song. It's called.
Who's sending a mail? So it says, bills and. Why are you lying to children and act like mail is good? It's always bills and crap.
Well, to be fair, this was during a time where the mail was more exciting.
Like what? What do you think came in the mail? Porn?
People used to send. People used to send letters more often.
No, they did not in 2004, whatever this was.
My family used to get letters.
What letters? Letters from the fucking Pope saying you're kicked out of the Catholic Church?
You A and P Catholics,
Yeah.
you're done.
You heathens. You fucking fakers. We're done with you. You ain't even giving us our money in months. Supposed to give money to the church, you know that? You feel you cheap family probably never gave any money to the church. Just showed up on Easter.
How much money are you supposed to give to the church?
10%.
10%?
Of everything you make.
What?
It's called tithing.
Wait.
Yeah, it's called tithing.
You're supposed to give the church 10% of everything you make.
Yeah, it's a good scam, right?
And your family did it?
They said it. I think they were lying.
That's crazy.
I don't believe them.
10% is crazy.
If they did, I'll never talk. If I find out they actually did, I'll never talk to them again. I'm pretty sure my dad would just lie about it. If they actually tithe, I'll fucking spit on them.
10% is so much.
It's such a huge amount of money. Just give it to the church. What's the church doing with it?
Yeah.
Just fucking setting up gay nightclubs in Rome?
Is it just supposed to be 10%? You're supposed
Of
to kind of
everything you make. Gross, I think.
Yeah, but is that supposed to be? Does that take the form of what you put in the collection plate, or are you supposed to send a check?
Well, they have envelopes for you to do that with. Like they provide envelopes that you put in the collection basket, so you don't have to put a wad of money in. Mm-hmm. You know, we would have an envelope.
I don't remember ever getting an envelope.
Well, you'd have to get one. I mean, you have to go out of your way to get it, and you probably wouldn't notice it.
They don't even give you the envelope that you're supposed to put.
No, they have it in the back of the
earnings?
church. You probably didn't notice it when the one day of the year you went to the church. You know, when you were rushing to get your palms and your ashes. But I mean, look up tithing. Look up Catholic tithing.
What is the church's position on tithing? Catholic answers. Although the church teaches that offering some form of material support to the church is obligatory for all Catholic adults who are able to do so, it doesn't specify what percent of one's income should be
Bullshit.
given.
I've always heard 10%. This is such a lie.
That would be crazy if they required everyone to give 10%.
It's 10%. Trust me. Why is tithing 10%? This is such bullshit. They probably posted this after the Spotlight came out, that movie, just to take the edge off.
No, I mean,
That's not what they tell people.
do Catholics believe in the 10% tithe? It seems like a thing. Many Catholic parishes recommend that their parishioners give 5% of their income to their church. Okay, that's more reasonable.
That's not reasonable.
It's a little bit more reasonable.
And 5% to the poor and other charities. All right,
10% is such a chunk.
it's a huge chunk. So it's 5.
5% isn't nothing. That's true.
What if you make 300 grand? You gotta give 30 grand in the church?
Oh, it's biblical that you tithe 10% of your income.
Oh yeah. Well, who wrote the Bible?
Well, if it's biblical.
Yeah. Well, this is biblical. Fucking AI. It's dark AI. In the future you're gonna have to tithe to Nvidia.
Yeah.
Do you think we start worshiping Nvidia?
Maybe.
I mean, Nvidia.
If they come out with an AI god, I'll consider it.
Well, I mean, they are the AI god. I feel like all these AIs come from Nvidia. Nvidia makes the chips, and the chips make the AI, right? Mm-hmm. So, isn't Nvidia the god then?
I guess so.
You tell me what God is if it's not a chip maker. I'm gonna pray with 4090 TX and then cut my throat.
I just think that God. I think that if Nvidia is God,
At least Nvidia never told me to kill my son. That's a joke.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's a joke.
Nvidia never flooded my town. Told me to build some ark. Never. To turn my wife into salt.
I mean, to be
Imagine if I was like, yo, God wants us to leave.
Yeah.
And you were like, all right. And then we started walking, and I'm like, don't look back. And you do look back, and you got to turn into salt. A pillar of salt.
That would suck.
That happened in the Bible.
But to be fair,
That's a lot. That's a lot in life.
The Christian God didn't do any of that to us either.
What do you mean?
He did it to other people.
What are you talking about? The Christian? These are the people.
Yeah,
What do you mean
but
the Christian God?
Special people who got to be in the Bible.
All right. I mean, so like if some rapist.
They got
so,
their...
Wait. So your answer to some rapist is like, well, he didn't rape me. So like, let him be the mayor.
No, but it's
let him be the mayor of my town.
But if getting raped by a guy basically turned you into like a demigod.
What? Getting raped? That's not what we're talking about.
Like Abraham is like the big fucking guy, like in the Bible.
No, he's not.
Like he's a big guy.
He's a guy. he's one of the first guys.
Didn't God give him like 1,000 children?
Maybe later. I don't know.
When he was like 1,000 years old.
I mean, this is the kind of shit God does. He's a prankster.
So it seems like he got his.
What? He told him to kill his son.
Yeah. But then he gave him like 1 million kids.
Well, he didn't kill him, by the way. He's like, he fucking came out with like, what are you doing? Don't kill him. Why are you doing that? He's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. No, he's a gaslighting piece of shit.
Yeah. And then he fucking turns Lot, his wife, into salt.
Right.
I'm just saying
Look, I'm very torn on that one because on the one hand, I do think God is a misogynistic piece of shit in the Old Testament. But on the other hand, like, why couldn't you just not look back? It's God telling you to not look back.
All right, but I mean, like, what? So the guy who did the flood. All right, I'm sorry. I fucking just reflectively. She probably heard like a child crying. She's like, oh no, like out of instinct.
It's not even like Sodom and Gomorrah was like her childhood home.
Wait, it wasn't?
I don't think so.
I think it was.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Well, if it was, then I'm sorry.
Yeah, she probably heard a kid crying, and she just instinctively turned back, and God was like, "Salt, bitch." Sorry, bitch. Sorry, not sorry. You know, he gave her the old hook taw, whatever that new catchphrase is.
Hooked. What's that?
It's some video where some girls. I told you this before. You couldn't find it. Try like HAWK TWAH. I don't know. It's 2 words. Yeah, there you go. Wait. You had it for a second. There you go.
Hooked Taw Girl?
Yeah, that's it.
What is this?
It's just some girl. And she's like, put spits on the dick. I didn't want to play it. No, we're not going to play it. We're not playing this. Fine, play it.
Oh, so she's just being kind of like...
Yeah. And God gave it, whatever. It would have been a catch...
In bed that makes a man go crazy every time.
Oh, you gotta give him that huck too and spit on that thing. You get me?
That's what God destroyed the earth, by the way.
Because of the Hook Taw?
Yeah. He's sick of hearing country girls going Hook Taw. Hook Turtle Girl found in Nashville.
I feel like that's not something that like drives men crazy. It's just something that you have to do to properly lubricate
I don't know. It's nice. Whatever.
Like that's just functional.
Okay. Stop acting like you're a nerd in bed. I think this is properly lubricated. You don't talk like that.
I'm just saying, like, no, you do it. I'm not saying like you announce.
I'm not asking if you do it or not. I'm just saying stop giving clinical treatment.
I'm just saying you do it, but I don't know if it's like one of these things that drives someone crazy. Like it's just part of.
Well, not when she says it.
Yeah.
It sounds terrible when she says it. You know. No, it's not. She doesn't make it seem nice.
Yeah.
I want some girl who, like, you know, whose face smells like a bat.
She makes it seem like it's castrating a hog.
Yeah. I agree. Anyway, the video never asked you for that either.
Okay. It's so weird that you're all squeamish about this after you're the one who brought it up.
I'm not squeamish. What are you talking about?
All right, so we're gonna worship Nvidia.
Yeah. No, you want me to go? You want me to go? Puh, puh. This is what I would do. Puh, 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 puh. That's what I would do. There would be no hooked hard. It'd be like, oh, 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 oh. That's what it would be. All right. There's no hooked hard. It's oh, 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 oh. How do you make that? How do you write that down? Put that in a hat, you bitch. Not you, her. I'm calling you a bitch. Anyway, God and Abraham let my people go.
Anyway, we were talking about guns, weren't we?
Yeah, how are we getting this?
The two events are among the array of gut-wrenching scenes that play out each year when family members fail to secure firearms.
I just don't ever want to hear nerds who like guns so much talk about guns. So just stop trying to get rid of them. Because then it just makes people who are like just are losers who love guns more than anything. Oh, my gun! You don't even know the difference between an ML-15 and an AR-68. Just get a life. I'd rather everyone just get shot in a field than have to listen to them. So just stop trying to legislate any of this.
Right.
I don't want to hear people like talk about why they need a pump trigger, whatever it is, a bump cock. A bump Glock, whatever the bump stock. Mm-hmm. I don't want to hear about it. I'd rather my child just fucking never exist anymore. I'd rather have a funeral for my child than have to go to like Congress and tell them why a bump stock shouldn't be around. I'm just sick of hearing about it. Just have whatever you have. Kill whoever in my family you need to. Just stop telling me about it. I don't care anymore. It's just so tedious. You know? I mean, you want to hear some guy be like, "This is why Ben Franklin thought I should have a fucking carbureted barrel on my fucking." Who cares? Who you gonna fight the government? Cool. I fight the government every day. You know, trying to get my fucking get them to look at my sores. Trying to get this disability. I'm fighting the government my own way. You're just overloading them with sores. Until the whole system collapses. Yeah. But you're gonna use your gun. Go ahead. Your pew pew. The Centers for Disease Control and Why are they dealing with this? Gun violence is not a disease. It's just not. It's a piece of metal getting hurled through you. It's not a disease. You know what I mean? But I think they're supposed to. I think the idea is they're supposed to like determine like public health risks. No, that's the Surgeon General. The Center for Disease Control. I don't hear the word gun or pew pew in there anywhere. All right, that's true. They got enough on their plates with the vaccine and Fauci. Is he and Fauci wasn't? I don't even know what his deal was. Is he still around? He wrote a book, didn't he? Yeah, he wrote a memoir. What was it like? Give me your guns. What did we say that it was called? It was like, it's just called "ouchie" with an exclamation. I mean, that would be. He should just call it that. Yeah. He should call it. It was fake. I mean, I'm not saying it was. It was fake. But it would be, how amazing would that be? That was the title. Like it was fake. He was talking about something. Something else. It should be like the way that fake. It's called fake. Yeah. It should be like. It should be the way like O.J. Simpson styled his memoir. Yeah. If I faked it. If I faked it with the word "if" in tiny letters. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Only he gets to keep the money.
Dr. Anthony Fauci's Brooklyn tough attitude got tested early on.
Brooklyn tough? What is that Brooklyn tough? I thought he was like a gay guy. What? Which I guess they can be tough. But I mean, he didn't. He was like a woman. He wasn't. Hello,
he is like kind of like a woman.
Yeah, he's like a feminine guy.
He's like, there's like, I remember reading about this like 1920s lesbian who lived as like
his name was Anthony Fauci. And he ran the CDC or whatever.
who lived as a man for like most of her life.
Yeah.
Or his like whatever, if it's trans.
Sure, whatever.
But Anthony Fauci looks exactly like that woman.
Yeah, of course. And we don't mean anything by that, except that, he's weak.
Yeah.
Just get lost. Dr. Anthony Fauci is a household name the way few other doctors are. He was one of People's 4 People of the Year in 2020. Oh, okay. Wait. I love how this is like, you don't know who Anthony Fauci is? He was one of People's 4 People of the Year in 2020. I mean, I feel like he has other credentials besides that. Am I wrong? Or is that his claim to fame? He was
People of the Year along with Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah. And the fucking kid from some show. The fucking toothless kid from Stranger Things. Dustin.
Oh, Dustin, yeah.
Yeah. But that was far from the first time Fauci found himself at the forefront of an epidemic. This Brooklyn-born doctor, 83, served as the director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious. Who cares? Why are we recapping this guy's life?
Yeah,
we know who Fauci is. You either think he's like a well-meaning public servant, or you think he faked something. Why? No one needs to know he was born in fucking Sheep's Head Bay or whatever the fuck. I was born near one dancer's clam house. Ouchie Fauci. Fauci ouchie, right?
Right. Yeah, he was definitely born in like a brownstone and
yeah.
like
well, Sheep's Head Bay was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. No one's saying he was born in the tenement.
Diseases during that time, he helped guide public policy on HIV/AIDS, SARS, MERS, avian influenza.
God, this sucks. This is so boring. There's a new Metroid Prime game coming out. They made a trailer for it.
What's the part where he's Brooklyn tough?
I don't know. When he fucking hates him. Nothing. Stop. We don't need to read this.
Okay.
Get off of this. Enough of him. This is so boring. I can't even find. What is this? When kids find a gun?
There's a bunch of PSAs. I just looked up a bunch of because I remembered growing up seeing a bunch of like PSAs about guns and kids finding guns.
Now we can skip. All right, play it.
No, I mean we don't have to play it.
McGruff on gun safety. Make it full screen at least. What is this?
It's a freeze frame of McGruff and his friend.
I mean, what are we looking at here?
He's a detective. He's a detective dog.
Hey, Uncle McGruff, got a minute for your favorite nephew?
You bet, Scruff.
You bet, Fauci.
Come on in. What can I do for you?
I'm kind of confused about something.
Well, the best thing to do when something's bothering you is to talk about it, just like you're doing now.
Okay, Unc. Here's the thing. Jimmy Allen, a friend of mine, wants me to come over to his house this afternoon before his folks get home. He found a gun in the closet, and he wants to...
Hold it, Scruff. I can tell you right now, that's something you don't want to get involved in. Kids shouldn't even touch guns without adult supervision, no matter what the reason.
I mean, it's literally this is the narc dog, right? Enough of this.
Narc dog.
This is the dog they send to, like, just teach kids to rat.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and
were you a fan of him? You seem hesitant.
No, I mean I've never actually seen this one, but
No, but you've seen McGruff the dog.
Not really.
Okay, well, he's a rat dog.
He's a rat dog. Yeah, and it also seems like he's selling out that other kid.
Yeah, I don't care about any of this shit. Who cares? What are we even talking about? A gun? Enough of this. Let's stop shoving topics here. I don't. The point is, what?
Nah.
What?
No, go off.
No, I'm just afraid that we're losing touch with God. Mm-hmm. And we need to bring the nuclear family back. Okay. So I mean, how do we get that going?
I mean, I don't know.
We need to make it cool.
You seem like you have something on your mind.
We need to make it. I'm trying to get into this other platform. These guys are always whining about nuclear family. I feel like they make a lot of money. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to get into their, trying to tap into that. Yeah, but they're getting that from Koch brothers slush funds. Why can't we be doing that? Why can't we do a little of both?
They don't want us.
Oh, man. Listen, you think your ways, you think having sex is cool? I think it's cool having a child. All right? Mm-hmm. Fucking, go work at the mine and you come home and your fat kid's waiting for food. Doesn't that sound nice? You have responsibilities now. You're not just some fucking loser playing video games enjoying your life. You're some scumbag and your fat kid needs a little candy. Go work in the mine so your fat kid can eat Pop Rocks all day. Your kid's so fucking disgusting. What is this? So Trump endorses 10 Commandments in schools. He implores evangelicals Christians to vote in November.
Okay, now here's your opportunity. You want to be this guy? Be this guy.
What do you mean?
Trump endorses 10 Commandments.
I think he's doing the right thing. I think he's fucking. I think you should. If someone tries to steal from you, you fucking cut their hands off.
Well, I think that's Hammurabi's code or something.
Well, no, I think it's. I mean, if your wife doesn't obey you, you're fucking 86er. You say, hey, bitch, 86th. If you fucking you commit adultery on me, I'll fucking commit adultery with a gun. If
you're a kid and you commit adultery?
No, skip that one. I was no. Stop trying to play you devil's games. All right, Jezebel. You're one of those Christian Jezebels. Mm. All right, you commit adultery on me. I'll pull a gun. I'll pull a pew. Right? Which commandment is that? Number 3? Don't covet my wife. Right. I swear to God, if anyone covets my wife, I want to go be a preacher, and go run for president and pull out a gun. If anyone tries to covet my wife, I'll fucking put this in my head. I'll put this in my mouth. I'll fucking suck on it until I die.
Where do you think a guy crosses the line into coveting your wife?
Just fucking looks at you. Yeah. He starts touching himself.
Yeah, well, that would definitely be crossing a line.
He starts fucking thinking about having it be nice to marry you. Mm-hmm. It's not. You can't.
Wow, it's such a antisocial action, but mixed with such a sweet thought. Yeah.
It's fucking swear to God, if you fucking creeps out there thinking about marrying my wife, having kids with her, I'll kill. Your kids are done. Those kids won't live. I swear to God, I'll make a promise. Anyone who commits adultery with my wife, that the children of that ill-gotten union, mm-hmm. I'll have them aborted.
How are you gonna force? Well, obviously, I would never do that to you.
Sure.
But if I did, how exactly would you force me?
I'd have you 5150.
5150.
I'd have you put mentally impaired.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, and if you do that to someone, you can give them an abortion.
Probably.
Yeah.
What are they gonna do? Right. I mean, you told me to be the guy. I'm being the guy.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, that's true.
What do you want from me? I'm sick of this. Well, go on. You talk about this.
Okay. Trump endorses 10 Commandments in schools, implores evangelical Christians to vote in November. Well, that's a good move. Endorse 10 Commandments in schools.
You think it's a good move?
I mean, I guess if you want to get evangelicals to vote for you. Donald Trump told a group of evangelicals they cannot afford to sit on the sidelines of the 2024 election, imploring them at one point to go and vote, Christians, please.
What?
To go and vote, Christians, please.
He sounds desperate.
Yeah.
What happened to him just calling up victims? Be like, hey, like, come, we're gonna make Bill Clinton look bad.
Maybe he will. Look, if him and Biden debate, maybe he will bring Biden's victims.
Who are Biden's victims? Like Ukrainian people?
Well, there's that military woman who said he grabbed her ass, right?
Oh, right. I thought they killed her. I thought Biden had her killed.
Oh, well, in that case, I guess he's fine.
Yeah. What about Hunter's hookers?
Hunter's hooker. He could get Hunter's hookers.
That'd be fun. All right, so if you're Trump, what's your campaign strategy? Yeah.
Okay. Now this would be genius.
Yeah.
Just hear this.
Yeah.
Okay. If he showed up, because Hunter Biden is obviously in the throes of a terrible addiction.
Well, I mean, he was. Okay, I think I see where you're going.
And probably still is.
It seems to get his grips on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if Donald Trump paid Hunter Biden in drugs?
If you just sent him drugs, you mean?
Yeah. If Donald Trump kind of like fed Hunter Biden's drug addiction for a while to the point where he became his main source, and then
do you think Hunter Biden's still on crack?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I kind of think. Yeah, I feel like why wouldn't he be?
Well, because he quit, maybe.
Maybe.
He seems like he's healthy. Doesn't he?
Look, this only works if Hunter... let's put it this way. This only works if Hunter Biden is still doing crack.
No, it doesn't. You can just trick him into doing crack again.
That's true.
Leave crack, send crack to his house.
Yeah, you can honeypot him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would just send it to him, like UPS.
Yeah.
Uber deliveries or whatever.
But anyway, you get to the point where Hunter Biden will do anything for you.
Yeah.
And to get your crack supply.
So let me collaborate with you. Do you think Trump should have sex with Hunter Biden and film it? Look what he did. Look what I made him do.
Yeah.
Drugs.
And then he should show
your
it
son.
at the debate.
Look at your son. I'm treating your son like he's a woman. Mm-hmm. Look at his bussy.
No, honestly, what he should do is in a similar style that when he brought Bill Clinton's victims out and they were sitting in the audience.
Yeah.
He should have Hunter Biden suck off Don Jr.
Wow.
in the audience of the debate.
Do you think Hunter Biden should be forced to suck off? Should be compelled, not forced, but convinced through drugs to suck off Don Jr. Not Eric, but Don Jr.
Maybe Eric might be more. Eric, you would think Eric would be more humiliating,
right? But Don Jr. is the name.
Yeah.
Yeah. One junior to another, and he's eating such a junior's cheesecake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that really makes it sting.
Right. He's with the cherries.
Yeah.
Cherry cheesecake. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see this. So I mean,
and Donald Trump should basically introduce by going. I believe in freedom and I believe in the Christian God. And that's as American as a nice piece of cheesecake with cherries on top.
Junior's cheesecake.
Junior's cheesecake.
We're going to make a connection. That's a connection. It's Junior. Right?
And that's as American as a piece of Junior's cherry cheesecake.
And he has some girl with big tits and like American flag themed bikini. Mm-hmm. Come bring him a slice of Junior's cheesecake.
Yeah.
And he's in a diaper. Because he's his own Junior. Yeah, I like where we're going with this. So he's just in a diaper eating Cherry Jr.'s cheesecake while his son is getting sucked off by Hunter Biden. Does Don Jr. pull out the crack vial and start pouring it on his dick? I mean, his pew, whatever.
Well, I don't know if Don Jr. wants to be associated with the crack.
Right. That could look bad. But
though he could mutter something to he could maybe mutter something to Hunter Biden.
Do this if you want crack.
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
Because I know how much you love crack boy.
Yeah. Yeah. And maybe if you're good, I'll take a look at your crack.
Yeah.
But then he doesn't fuck his ass.
Yeah.
He just gets sucked off. That'd be too far, I think. Mm-hmm. That's where you need like a me or Karl Rove type to tell you when you've gone too far. And like, don't have your son fuck his ass. That's not people. You're gonna lose the people at that point. People will be titillated. It's like that show, The Boys. People are getting upset because the new season of The Boys, right, on Amazon.
Yeah,
the superhero show. It's always been like kind of anti-conservative sort of, I guess, or poked fun, but it's getting too clumsy. And I agree with them. It's not as good as it was. And I feel like because it's just getting too, it's just lazy writing. And I feel like if Don Jr. fucked Hunter in the ass. That's like The Boys season 4.
Right.
It's too much. It's too on the nose. Too in the ass.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
What else do we do? What does Melania do? Does she applaud? Does she just clap slowly? Yes. I
think that Donald Trump has to divorce Melania Trump during the debate.
And he marries Barron Trump. Was that what?
I mean, I don't think he has to remarry right away. He could be, but the point is, he needs to get over on her before she gets over on him.
That'd be a good. I think because people didn't vote for Trump because he's like this idea that evangelicals thought he was a good man.
Yeah.
No, you didn't. You like Satan. Stop pretending you don't like Satan. The whole reason you're a fundamentalist is because you think you love Satan and you're afraid of how much you love him. That's the whole gimmick. People who don't love Satan are like, that's fine. You guys are like, the devil, he's a snake. I can't. Oh, be afraid of the devil. Because like you're like, it's like a dick that you want to suck. The snake, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm saying is, that's why they love Trump, because he's evil in a fun way. And so, I mean, I'm just saying, like, you know, they'll be happy when he's like, you know, kick rocks, bitch, to Melania, whatever. You're Nordic, you're Slavic, right?
Yeah.
Why don't you Slavic all over my cock, you bitch? Algorithm friendly. I think this is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he also endorsed displaying the 10 Commandments in schools and elsewhere while speaking to a new group. Yeah, I mean, honestly, look at what we just did in our heads, with our minds. And now read this paragraph. Trump also endorsed displaying the 10 Commandments in schools and elsewhere while speaking to a group of politically influential evangelical Christians in Washington on Saturday. He drew cheers as he invoked a new law signed in Louisiana this week requiring the 10 Commandments to be displayed in every public classroom. Required it? That does seem like a crazy law to require the 10 Commandments. But whatever. They make damn good gumbo, so I'm not gonna argue. Look, go get your gumbo. Look, here's what I'm gonna tell you. You wanna go get a nice fried shrimp po' boy?
Yeah.
You get some shrimp and grits, you're gonna get that in some secular hellhole like LA? No. All right? If you want to be able to go somewhere and get a nice roux, get a nice gumbo, they're gonna fucking like God down there. Because they got nothing else going on besides gumbo and God. You're not going to get that at Skid Row while some fucking crackhead like Hunter Biden sucking you off. Right. You're only going to get that in a place that loves God. So just deal with it. Louisiana, just scratch it off your secular list. You're not going to get it.
If you want a poke bowl, you can go to a godless place.
Yeah, God doesn't want anything to do with raw fish. He told you not to eat raw fish. All right? That's where you go to secular places like LA to get sushi and poke and maybe acai berries. You know, it's anything Dr. Oz would endorse, that heathen creep. You know, just learn to live with God and learn to live without him. Mm-hmm. You know, treat God like your wife. Cheat on him. What's so hard about that? Don't really cheat on your wife. I'm happily married. Well, you seem upset.
This is just
I don't cheat on you, but I mean, you know.
I know you don't.
But you know, but that's what the.
What, am I putting too much trust in you? Should I be like, oh, I'm glad?
Yeah, I want to feel like, you know, like you care.
I can't look. I would care if you cheated on me.
Good. It's hard to tell sometimes.
There's only one way to find out. There's only one way to test my commitment.
No, I'm not gonna. Whatever. Go on. Repeat this.
Anyway, I was reading this. This is a quote from Trump. Has anyone read the Thou Shalt Not Steal? I mean, has anyone read this incredible stuff?
What?
It's just incredible.
Has anyone read the quote, Thou Shalt Not Steal? I mean, has anyone read this incredible stuff? It's just incredible. Trump said to Gathering. I mean, he's just fucking, they don't want to give it, they don't want it to go up. It's a crazy world. What is he talking? Oh, they don't want the 10 Commandments to go up? Has anyone read the Thou Shalt Not Steal? I mean, has anyone read this incredible stuff? It's just incredible. He just can't. I mean, no one believes him. No one has ever seen him and said, like, and thought for a second he's ever been inside of a church. I like him for that. You don't want your car broker, right? The guy who sells you a car to be a religious man. Yeah, you don't want your stockbroker to be religious, do you? Your sleazy banker,
right?
Who's making you money, and you don't want Trump. No one wants a religious Trump. Shut the fuck up if you say you do. You're a maniac. But he's good for the church. He'll get you. He's like Abraham. No, he's like Moses. Trump is Moses in the sense that he's going to get your people to the promised land, but he won't be able to go in.
Right.
Right? I forget what he did. He ate a ham sandwich. Why couldn't Moses go in?
Let's look it up. Why?
It's going to be something dumb. Like, you know, he fucking said something about Ezekiel and Zechariah and some horse shit.
Moses' punishment for disobedience, pride, and the misinterpretation of Christ's sacrifice was steep.
Christ's sacrifice?
Wait, but this is out of order.
In what sense is out of order? That Christ wasn't around? Sure.
In his holiness, God was also compassionate. He invited Moses up to Mount Nebo, where he showed his beloved prophet the promised land before his death. So he showed it to him. He said, "You're not allowed in, but I'll give you the
Look,
give you a
but
view."
Don't touch. Right. Yeah.
Then the Lord said to him, "This is the land I promised on oath to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob when I said, I will give it to your descendants. I have let you see it with your eyes, but you will not cross over into it."
Wow. Honestly, that's what Moses got. That's the treatment Moses got. And you fucking people out there think you're getting better treatment?
Yeah.
I guess that's where Jesus comes in, supposedly. Mm. Jesus got, hung to a cross. Everyone thinks that's their, they're going to show up at, the pearly gates. Be like, well, Jesus got crucified. What's it got to do with you? I thought he did it for us. No, he did it for him.
Yeah.
Who told you that he did it for us? Paul, the guy who beat up Christians and changed his name? I'm getting a little deep now. What else is going on? Not this. Just get rid of this. Get out of this. I don't want to hear about this.
We have this.
When therapists lose their licenses, some turn to the unregulated life coaching industry instead. What is life coaching?
Isn't life coaching just fake therapy?
Yeah, I guess. Isn't therapy fake too?
It kind of makes sense. Honestly, if you get a discredited kind of if you get a dishonored therapist as your life coach, that's probably lucky. That's probably better than most life coaches.
Right.
In terms of their
isn't all therapy fake? It's all fake, right?
In a way.
They can give you a drug that'll keep you from killing yourself, maybe, right? Antidepressants. Does that work or not? I don't know. People say it does. People go, oh, that's the reason you have school shooters. And then people go, well, no, that's the reason it helps depression. I'm not getting in the middle of it.
Right.
Do whatever you want. But the point is, therapy itself, oh, my mom and my dad did this, and shut up. I
guess it depends on if you think talking about something helps.
When is it ever? Ask the UN if it helps. Ask Iraq if the UN helped them.
Good point.
Thank you. Some fucking baby with depleted uranium in his head.
Is part of your skepticism about therapy that you just don't think is it just that you imagine sitting across from the therapist?
I was forced to go to therapy a lot because I kept getting in trouble in school and they would make me go to a therapist or else they wouldn't let me back in. And they were just I would just say stupid shit. And they'd be like, yeah, whatever. I was just, I remember in freshman year, I got 30 detentions and they made me go to a therapist for 4 weeks in the summer. And I kept saying I wanted to be a ninja. He'd let me attack a pillow. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's very, like there's a lot going on with therapy.
Wait, how old were you when you said you wanted to be a ninja?
13, I guess. How old you were in the summer after freshman year, usually?
Were you fucking with him, or were you
kind of?
Or did you kind of want to be a ninja?
Well, who doesn't want to be a ninja? But
sure. Yeah,
I think I was fucking with him a bit. Mm-hmm. I think he didn't give a shit. He's like, yeah, if you're gonna fuck with me, you think you're better than? You think I'm gonna work for the fucking approval of a 13-year-old, fat 13-year-old idiot who can't stop getting in trouble? No, yeah, go attack the pillow. What do I care? Because therapists aren't like doctors; they're just people.
Right.
They're just fucking guys, and they sit around. I gotta go to this other therapist because I kept getting in trouble, and he had one of those black, like, he had ink in his eye. That thing with blood clots show up in your eye, and he kept whining about it. Old men. They're all, these people are just this terrible people. Mm-hmm. Did you go to a good therapist you liked?
No, I've never. Not really.
All right. So why are you defending these people?
I'm not necessarily.
Like they're better than life coaches. I mean, at least a life coach is honest in the sense that, like, they don't pretend to be a doctor. I'm a life coach. Oh, cool. Like, it's obviously fake. A therapist tries to make you think they're, like, connected to Freud and who's, like, also fake. But, like, at least Freud, like, you know, and nephew Bernays, like, they created the PR industry through their work. Mm. And they actually controlled people. But most therapists aren't even that. Therapy's good for one thing. If you're really good at it, you can convince people to be a Nazi or some variant. Right? You can subvert democracy with it. Mm-hmm. That's all it's good for. Now, like drugs, pharmaceuticals, maybe they help, maybe they don't. I'm not getting in the middle of it. If you want to take some SSRIs, what's not my business? I'm not going to be one of these podcasts that goes, hey, don't take SSRIs. They cause school shootings. What do I know? Mm. I can barely dress myself. Yeah? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's not true. You're just agreeing with that?
No, you can dress yourself.
I mean, thanks. You're supposed to chime in and go, no, you can dress yourself well. You look good. That's what my wife's supposed to say. Agreeing with the worst things I say. Don't do that. When therapists lose
their licenses, some turn to unregulated life coaching industry instead. A frustrated woman.
It's always some frustrated woman.
That's always how it starts.
Right.
Recently called the Utah office in charge of professional licensing, upset that his office couldn't take action against a life coach she had seen. Mark Steinagel recalls the woman telling him, I really think that we should be regulating life coaching because this person did a lot of damage to me.
That's your fault. You let some idiot do something to you.
Yeah.
What do you want us to do? Regulate what? Yeah,
it's sort of hard for me to, like, it's hard for me to appreciate somebody getting taken advantage of by their therapist.
Right.
Because, I'll listen to a therapist to some extent.
Right.
But I feel like I usually end up, like, half dismissing most of what they say, at least.
Right.
Like, it's like,
But imagine a life coach.
What?
Imagine a life coach, though?
Oh, yeah, a life coach.
I mean,
I don't know why I would even be talking to a life coach, but if I was,
We'll scroll back up. Reports about life coaches who sell the promise of helping people achieve their personal and professional goals coming to Utah's division. So what does that mean? Like, what do you tell him to do? Like, suck off his boss? Why'd you suck off your boss? That's what I would tell people. Just fuck for money. if a hot woman came to me and I was a life coach, you know what I'd do?
What?
Just become a prostitute. Just do it. It's good for you. It's like, you're very pretty. You'll make a lot of money. I'm not saying do it for cheap or with drugs.
Yeah.
Do it the high-end stuff.
Right.
Maybe do porn.
You would only say that to a woman who's very pretty.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or like had a good body or just seems sexy, you know?
Right.
Anyone who could pull it off. Your body's fleeting, but money's real.
Sure.
And you can invest that in the video. The one true God. If the woman had been complaining about any of the therapist professions overseen by DOPL, Steigel's office might have been able to investigate and potentially order discipline, including fines. But life coaches aren't therapists and are mostly unregulated across the United States. They aren't required to be trained in ethical boundaries the way therapists are. And there's no universally accepted certification for those who work in the industry. I mean, I feel like we've known this for years.
Yeah, of course there aren't.
Simply put, anyone can call themselves a life coach. Yeah. An industry that has rapidly grown. I mean, at a certain point, suckers gotta get sucked, right?
Yeah.
Capitalism does. I mean, this idea. It's just. I'm a capitalist, but this idea that it makes everyone better. It's like a few people get, break some eggs, but they're eggs that would have gotten broken anyway. What do you think this person would have done in a communist state? They were getting scammed anyway.
At a certain point, suckers got to get sucked. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
In California, a woman sued her life coach in 2020, claiming the coach convinced her to sign over her home to the coach's nonprofit organization. maybe she was mentally. Maybe she was maybe she had an IQ of like 70.
Right.
But
then it's not. Then what? I mean, a woman who had an IQ of 70 can get screwed over at the bagel shop.
Right.
We're gonna regulate bagel shops now. You're gonna regulate like raw salmon or whatever the fuck, smoked salmon. I want my locks. In California, a woman sued her life coach in 2020, claiming the coach convinced her to sign over her home to the coach's nonprofit organization. I mean, you should be able to, maybe sue for fraud.
Right.
Or whatever. I don't know. Who signs over their home? How do you sign over your home?
Yeah, like, how do you just end up doing that?
She tells
There's
her
so many steps to that.
Right. Did you own it outright?
At some point during the process of signing over your home to somebody,
yeah,
you've got to talk to some outside party who says, wait, what? You're signing over your house to your life coach?
I mean, the contract usually requires it's offer plus acceptance plus consideration. You know, people forget that sometimes.
Right.
But you need some consideration. That's why you can't just have a contract for nothing. And I'm not sure if a dollar contract actually works. I guess it might, in theory. Yeah, people sometimes they'll do $1 because you have to, but I think that might get thrown out of court sometimes. Anyway, what did she get in return? Life coaching?
Right.
That might be the loophole. It's valuable. You can say it's not real, but it costs a pretty penny.
A Nevada life coach was sentenced to a year in jail after he admitted to taking money from clients that he was supposed to use for investments on their behalf, but that he spent at casinos instead.
I love this guy. That seems like a fun life.
Yeah.
I mean, just scamming the dumbest people who've ever lived and just going to the casino and losing it all. That just seems like a great ride. She was like, quote, without all these rules and regulations, now I have free reign to actually change people's lives. Oh, did I skip something? Oh, okay. One former client who was not a part of Hildebrand's criminal case also flagged concerns about how she conducted life coaching with him. Ethan Prete told the Salt Lake Tribune and ProPublica and Hildebrand had ordered him to cut off contact with friends and family. What is it, Scientology? And at one point asked him to live in a tent in order to humble himself.
This sounds like Findom shit.
Yeah, seriously. Here's a pay pig. You're just a pay pig. He also said Hildebrand told him she didn't want to be limited by the regulations therapists have to follow in Utah. She was like, without all these rules and regulations, now I have free reign to actually change people's lives because the system is corrupt. I mean, if you look, again, soccer, what do you want the government to do? Like, put this person in a robot body and then and walk them down the street? And control their robot arms? No. You have to be able to live. These people are basically birds who fell out of the nest. And, you know what you can't do? Be a bird anymore.
Right.
Because you can't fly. Birds write you off. Now, I'm not saying we should, write these people off, but I am. I just don't, I know it sounds bad. Here's the thing. Someone needs to, if you feel bad for these people, do a charity for them and let them live in your house. But we can't change all the laws to make these people not get screwed.
Right. I
mean, there's only so much you can do. Just have the Ronald McDonald house, put them in a ball pit, and feed them a Happy Meal once a day. It's the best you can hope for.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
Yeah, right. What do we have McDonald's for anyway? We let these people poison us, nonstop. 24/7. Let them take care of the weakest among us. Right?
Yeah.
Like Morgan Spurlock. He died.
R.I.P.
Yeah. Lied about McDonald's poisoning. He's drinking fucking tons of whiskey all the time. It's hilarious. Anyway.
It is funny, looking back on that document, knowing he was drinking all the time. Knowing he was drinking.
You're going to die. You got to stop drinking. Yeah, it's McDonald's, huh? What?
Because, they did all these interviews with his, vegan wife, too.
Right.
Where she was like, if he was eating my vegan food, he'd be fine.
Right. By vegan food, I mean not getting drunk and molesting people. Allegedly. In light of the growth of the life coaching industry, Stenagle. I mean, we should be talking about this guy's name, Stenagle. Terrible name. Says he feels there's a legitimate question that he plans to work with state legislatures to address. Has life coaching become one of those fields where the potential to harm people who are, scroll down, vulnerable is great enough? I mean, look, do you say that to the bank? Do you say it's a lotto? I see a lot of people spending all their money on lotto. No one's regulating lotto. I mean, they claim to be, but people just buying scratch offs nonstop.
Right.
Let's cut this shit. All right, suckers gotta get sucked. I'm sick of this hypocrisy. This is the dark future. I love it. I'm here for it. Welcome. Thanks so much for tuning in.
Thank you.
Don't forget we have the Patreon if you like that sort of thing. Patreon.com/RayCump. And if you don't, we're here for you anyway. And we'll see you next week. Have a great week.